May 28th Parade. What's new in Armenia's arsenal? Article by Hovhannes Nazaredian, published on May 28, 2026 on EVN Report. Armenia held its first military parade in a decade on May 28th, showcasing newly acquired military equipment in Yerevan's Republic Square. Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan had announced the event back in March, describing it as less of a military parade and more of a report to the citizens of Armenia. He argued that labeling it a military parade could create the impression of deviating from or even abandoning the peace agenda. May 28th is Republic Day, marking the anniversary of the proclamation of Armenia's first republic in 1918. Armenia has previously held military parades exclusively on September 21st, which commemorates the independence of Armenia's current Third Republic in 1991. The last parade was held in 2016 to mark 25 years of independence. This parade comes 10 days before the June 7th parliamentary election, prompting critics to dismiss it as a pre-election propaganda stunt. Pashinyan's chief rival, Russian-Armenian billionaire Samvel Karapetyan, questioned the purpose of holding a military parade under a government that has lost 3 wars. Pashinyan himself has suggested that he has a new army to show the Armenian people. He urged citizens to attend and see the military arsenal for themselves, insisting that Armenia now has an army of a new quality, a new level, and a new logic. He has gone as far as to say that his government has built an army from scratch. Regardless of the political context, the parade provided an opportunity to assess how Armenia's military modernization efforts, particularly since 2022, are translating into actual capabilities and equipment. The Pashinyan administration has made diversifying Armenia's foreign policy and security partnerships away from Russia a central strategic objective. 2 years ago, Security Council Secretary Armen Grigoryan suggested that Russia's share in Armenia's weapons acquisitions had fallen from roughly 96% to less than 10% since January 2021. India and France have emerged as the key suppliers. An APRI estimate put acquisitions from India in 2022 to 2023 alone at $1.5 billion, while acquisitions from France were reported by that country's defense ministry at €278.5 million in 2023 to 2024. Pashinyan, on the eve of the parade, said Armenia now purchases weapons from 6 or 7 countries. At the same time, Armenia has also sought to expand its domestic defense industry. According to official figures, some 171 billion drams, $450 million, was invested in local defense and military companies between 2023 and 2025. What's new? In the weeks leading up to May 28th, some of the previously undisclosed military equipment began surfacing publicly. In a short video posted on social media by Pashinyan on May 11th, 2 French-made Caesar self-propelled howitzers were seen driving across an airfield. This was the first visual evidence of the systems having arrived in Armenia. Yerevan officially signed the acquisition agreement in June 2024 during Defense Minister Suren Papikyan's visit to Paris. French sources indicated that Armenia had purchased 36 units with deliveries expected in 15 months. During the parade, the Caesar systems were presented under the name Aramazd, after the supreme deity of pre-Christian Armenian mythology. On May 25th, a few days before the parade, a Chinese CH-4 drone was spotted at Yerevan's Republic Square. 3 units were showcased under the name Bao. Its specifications announced during the parade make it clear that it is the CH-4B variant, a mixed attack and reconnaissance system. Another system, a fire-and-forget anti-tank guided missile presented by the name Nizak Javelin, is likely the Chinese GAM-102LR. Armenia has previously acquired Chinese equipment in 1999 and possibly 2011. On May 26th, photos of what appeared to be an Iranian AD-08 Majid short-range and low-altitude air defense system appeared online. No known Iranian arms purchases were previously reported, despite speculation. The Majid was presented by the name Kerich, Scorpion, during the parade. In a video released by the Defense Ministry on May 20th, an M2 Browning heavy machine gun was seen for the first time in Armenia, mounted on a French Bastion armored personnel carrier. Armenia's ambassador to Belgium, Tigran Balayan, later reported that these guns were produced in Belgium. The Bastion APC were the first French systems to be supplied in late 2023. Some of the Indian equipment was shown publicly for the first time this February, during the high-level visit of India's Chief of Defense Staff, Anil Chauhan. Since 2022, Indian media has widely reported on Armenian purchases, which include artillery pieces, howitzers, multiple rocket launchers, air defense and counter-drone systems, and radars. Indian systems were presented by Armenian names: the Akash air defense system as Lusan, Lynx; the Pinaka multiple rocket launcher as Shant, Lightning. The Swathi radars are Pilatso, Mercury; the towed howitzers, Trajan and Atags as Torque and Tyr, both pagan deities; the self-propelled howitzer Marg as Mir, also a pre-Christian deity. The parade also featured modern Russian systems, including TOS-1A Solntsepiak multiple rocket launchers, Tor M2KM short-range air defense systems, Kornet M anti-tank missiles, and new D-30 towed howitzers. The last are in factory condition, a point Pashinyan has emphasized, adding that they were supplied in 2023. One radar system presented under the name Marahu Fog may be another Russian equipment, likely Kasta 2E. Flying over the parade at its closure were Armenian Air Force's Mi-17 helicopters, Su-30 fighter jets, and Su-25 aircraft. The Su-30s, procured in 2019 but absent from the 2020 war in Nagorno-Karabakh, Artsakh, were announced to now be equipped with short and medium-range air-to-air radar-guided missiles, as well as long and medium-range glide bombs. Indigenous systems. Alongside newly acquired foreign systems, the parade also featured several domestically produced weapons. These included 80mm and 120mm mortars manufactured by the company Arsenal and named Hrazdan and Sevan, respectively. More significantly, Armenia unveiled Atlant, a lightweight 8-tube 122mm multiple rocket launcher mounted on an Indian Tata truck chassis, produced by the local company IDS. The DDS-3, Dragonfly 3 loitering munition first shown in February, was again shown in a short video posted by Pashinyan on May 11th and showcased at the parade. Overall, UAVs took up a significant portion of the parade. A wide range of systems were showcased, many for the first time. These included reconnaissance drones, combat attack drones, and anti-radar loitering munitions. According to Aram Jivanyan, head of Armenia's Military Industrial Committee, additional indigenous products will be showcased at the RISE Expo in Yerevan on June 3rd to 4th. Absent from the parade were tanks and two notable Russian systems previously considered among the most advanced in Armenia's armed forces: the Iskander short-range ballistic missile and S-300 air defense systems. Also missing from the public eye was the first and so far the only known U.S. arms supply, the VBAT reconnaissance drones, the sale of which was announced during Vice President J.D. Vance's visit in February.